Hey everybody, it's IyaPatsy. Good morning. Listen, it's been confirmed that Kevin Samuels, YouTube creator, has indeed passed away on May 5th, 2022. And the coroner's report is still being put together, so they had to do an autopsy because apparently he died at his apartment, and he had a woman that was there with him, and he had chest pains, and she said that he fell on top of her, and she was able to get a defibrillator from the building management and, attempt to help him. And in the meantime, the medics, the EMS arrived. They tried to revive him. I think they said he was revived for a moment or two or not. I'm not sure, but whatever the case is, he has indeed passed away. And so we want to give condolences to his family, because we've also learned that his mother wasn't notified. She found out through social media, so that is a shame. And that's another thing. Make sure that you update your next of kin, your contact, emergency contact, in your phone, or your medical records, the hospital. Straighten it out. You can always go to the hospital and ask if you can change that, I'm sure, or call your hospital and ask them what their policy is on that. But definitely, that's an important thing to learn from this experience that we're all going through, and it's been preoccupying a lot of time for those people who are interested. And I did a reading last year on Kevin Samuels, I think it was last year, and he served a purpose, right? He came here for a purpose, so let's see, maybe he has served a purpose in someone's life. Maybe he has enriched someone's ambition, maybe he has had a positive impact in some ways on certain groups of his viewers. But for the most part, there are not a lot of people who are mourning. They're recognizing, acknowledging, giving condolences to the family and whatever, but nothing, I guess, because of the way that he spoke to his audience, and the majority of his audience was, all kinds of people watched him, but he had a significant number of women, black women, who were in his audience, who he had no problem chastising or denigrating or demeaning in terms that weren't necessary. But then again, for some people, maybe they need to hear things harshly for it to sink in. Who knows? Like I said, I did the reading last year. I just have to say, I did the reading last year, and I still had my opinion, but the ancestors said what they said, and I go with that. So that was the message at the time. And I'm going to take a look at it again because I want to refresh my memory, because I'm not going to read Kevin Samuels, because you need, in my practice, I was taught to at least wait 9 days to give the spirit a minute to, acclimate itself to this, things happening. This is for him in the 3D, this is very unexpected, and there's things that have to be, I guess this is the 9 days they need to read your Akashic records and see if you did your job or whatever. Who knows? But it's the respect, giving the family a chance to mourn and giving the spirit a chance to acclimate itself to its new surroundings. So, but while I'm watching and doing my research, there's a final video that he made, that he uploaded maybe earlier this week. And some people are saying that he, this is karma because of this particular video. I don't know what he said. Because the times I have watched him, he was raking up enough karma already. So I don't know what he could have possibly added to it that the ancestor said enough was enough. It was just his time, and that was just his contract. My feeling is he paid up his child support last year, got his arrearages cleared up. So now he has had a whole year between then and now, and whatever he was supposed to get together, maybe with his kids or whatever, he may have or he may not have, whatever was straight enough. And the universe called him home, right? So now his ex-wife doesn't have to try to sue her own child for part of his estate to pay back the child support arrearage. And his daughter gets to, daughter or daughters, his children, or whoever, if he made a will, get to reap the benefits of his YouTube channel as long as they keep it open. Because I'm sure there's going to be, that's legacy. That is creating a legacy. All right. So when you have a YouTube channel, just, let at least your family have access to it. Right. But if you're monetizing like someone like him, yes, leave it. Because that's going to be a legacy. That's the legacy. Whether you agree with him or not, even as his own daughter, that's still a legacy. Cash, money, inheritance, wealth, real estate. So that's what I would advise. And I'm sure that between his mother and his children, they will, do the appropriate thing for their lives. But I'm saying that's the way Spirit has given it to me. And I think that that would be beneficial for anyone who's monetized. I was monetized until I uploaded this thing with Kevin Samuels on my channel. A snippet, a guy on TikTok said something about Kevin Samuels. So who cares? And it's got a big response on my channel. And at the same time, I guess it got too much of a response, and someone may have reported it to Kevin Samuels, and he has power, so maybe he had YouTube shut little IyaPatsy down. But my channel is still alive. I can still upload. I can still do what I do because I never did it for monetization. I didn't even realize that YouTube did that. I didn't even know YouTube had a tarot community until I started looking into joining it. I never even thought about it. YouTube's only been here like the mid 2000s or something. I don't know, but it's new to a lot of us. It's a new way of communicating. It's a new way of leaving your voice for your family. So anyway, I've said all that before. But what I wanted to do was watch this last one, as much of it as I could tolerate, and just react to it in real time and see what Spirit says. So let's go. I'm not showing it to you. I'm casting it to my TV so you can hear it, but you won't be able to see it, I think. That'll be okay. Because that's another thing he does to people for using his material. So I'm talking over it anyway. But, oh, come on, turn it up. What's he saying? Stylish, really? Captivating? Oh, narcissist. Candid conversations. Enjoy. This is good. His kids can have this. This is a good presentation. It's presentable. Something to make the grandkids proud. At least he wasn't looking like a bum. All you need is 5 suits and, 20 different shirts. You'll be fine. That's all. 5 good suits and 20 nice shirts and ties. That's all you need, really. You can always rent a tuxedo. You don't have to own one. And when you rent it, they'll tailor it to you. Spend the time. Go get yourself a nice suit made. You just go to the tailor. You can go to, Macy's, Neiman Marcus, any big store in your area, or some nice personal tailor. And it ain't gonna cost you $10,000 a session. Come on, guys. Okay. Come on, Kevin, let's go. How long is this intro? Can we get past this? I'm not really that interested in all that nonsense. I know he does that. Oh, here
you
we go.
didn't know?
Let's back it up. What? Women are a party of, modern women are a party of one. Okay. Okay, we know where you're going with this already. Nonsense. Let me say this before I get going. What Spirit said to me yesterday is that Kevin Samuels monetized his pain. Just like Spirit has instructed all of us to do. And his pain came from being a son of a mother who loved him, who wasn't married, and I don't know whether he had siblings or not or all of that, but this is just what I got from Spirit. That she had friends, she had lovers, she had relationships, but she never married any of these men, and they were a lot. To a little boy, it would seem like a lot, right? Because that's his mother. So any man, any amount of men, it could be 2, it could be 5, it could be 7, it could have been 12, over his lifespan as a child growing up with her in the home. But he was always there. He was always constant. She always had him, right? He was more important in his eyes. Because he was constant. He stayed. And of course he grew up. And he went to college and wherever the heck he did. But at some point, his mother wasn't at home alone or just having, friends. His mother settled down and got married at 52. And his stepfather, he says, is a great guy, right? He's a good stepfather. Yet, he tells women, he tells women that that we're going to die alone. At old people, we're going to be old people dying alone, right? That's what he tells modern women. He's come up with all these new terminologies, not new words, but just new ways of putting words together that try to separate and classify us in a community, right? Community of humans and a community of black people, male and female, and even breaking it down further, brown and Caribbean and children who are biracial, just creating more and more animosity. Anyway, move on. Anyway, whatever he's doing with this channel is actually kind of an Oedipal reaction to seeing his mother settle down with a man, right? Now, his stepfather's not his father, but he would present that way psychologically to someone subconscious, maybe. And so his mother chose to be with his father, right? And so now he hates his mother and he resents the stepfather. So shouldn't be a stepfather to other people's children. And women are loose, slack, washed up after you're 35. Your most important time is between 24 and 35 because that's when you're most fertile. And then he started going in on people's looks and their dress sizes. You needed to be a size 4. And he would have women come on and then he would rate them or have them rate themselves first. And then he'd say, rate yourself between 1 and 10. You can't use 7. What? Now, of course, we know most people are going to use 7 trying to be modest, right? And then some people will be honest. They say, well, I'm a 5, I'm a 6, whatever. And then he starts going in on them. So if you said that you were a 5, he may have said, no, well, actually, you're probably more like a 4 or a 3 or, 5.2 at best. That kind of stuff, like who is he and how's he qualified? But anyway, I'm sorry. So anyway, his disdain for his mother, he used that disdain and by striking out at women. First, he started off talking to men, telling them to better themselves. He's talking to himself. Really. He's talking to himself. And he brought you all along. He doesn't have a condo. He doesn't have anything. He lives in an apartment. And he allegedly may have hired an escort. And she is who was with him on his final moments. She may be an escort. She may also be a nurse. She may be neither of those things. She's a Latina woman, and she's a big, busty, beautiful woman. She's curvy. She's certainly not a size 4, and she may weigh about 200 pounds. But yet and still, he was telling men not to go for that. Maybe his mother may present as that kind of curvy black woman. You know, I'm just saying, people do, sociopaths are very, 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 very slick, right? And con artists are also. And he found a way to make money on YouTube, and he found an audience, and he fooled a lot of people because he wasn't practicing what he preached at all. At least that's the way I viewed it. But as I said when I did the reading, he has a purpose. So let's see what the purpose is. Anyway, because it's not over. It's just a change of energy. His physical body is no longer available to walk around and whatever, but his spirit is still around, and his lessons and his legacy is not going to go anywhere unless YouTube shuts his channel down, which I wouldn't want them to do, because unless his daughter wants that, she doesn't need anything. Maybe that would be good, but to keep it open would, again, continue to generate legacy for him and his family as long as the internet is open. But at the same time, it is some poisonous rhetoric. So, I don't know. But that's not up to us. That's up to YouTube and his estate. So, going forward, here we go.
Bobbity bop. We're back. Sorry for the late start, folks. Technical difficulties and other things. But hey, how you doing? Shirley, how you doing, girl? How you doing, Shirley?
Big Shirley. That's what we call big girls. Girls that, like the girl he was with when he died.
You name it, Shirley got it.
Shirley.
I know, with her big old sexy ass. How you doing? I know. I'm sorry. But this is what we're going to have to do, folks.
That was at 18
This is what we're going to have to do.
Minutes in.
One, I want you guys to make sure you get the likes up, hit the like button, because we want to get into this. The last couple of days, man, last couple of weeks, things have been a little intense around here. And I will tell you why. Because this whole notion of leftover cake and leftovers and blah, blah, blah has women straight up bugging.
Oh, he called women
and
leftovers.
You know what? You would think that I did something. I didn't do nothing except tell you what men already think. Don't get mad at me because I've seen other dudes take on women.
I don't know what happened.
Thanks, Patsy. That may be for you.
He said Patsy?
The thing is, it don't matter what you take home. It matters what you keep. And you can't keep these men. Women can't, dudes with just confidence. Confidence don't pay the motherfucking mortgage. Okay? So, again, late great Patrice O'Neal, you don't go to a fish and ask it how to catch fish. You got to go to a fisherman. We fish. Confidence and broke ain't a good look. What you confident in? Oh, Lord have mercy, Jesus. I'm glad that wasn't on screen. That was not good. All right, so, anywho, the subject of the day is modern women are a party of...
He got caught last year sometime with a glitch in his camera, and it showed a scene in his bedroom, and it appeared to be a man sleeping in his bed. So, I don't know what just happened on this day, which was on May 4th. So this is the day before he passed away. Wow. I swear I had heard him say Patsy. I'm going to run this back. Because I don't watch his channel, but I'm sure some of his followers have made comments on this silly little TikTok video that I uploaded. That could be. Okay, maybe this is why I'm supposed to watch this. Go ahead now. Let's bring this back. Take it back to 1818, maybe. That's when he was talking about Shirley. Let's see. Can we go to 18? All right, let's do 1744. Go. Let's hear it, old man.
Boppity boppity bop. We're back. Sorry for the late start, folks. Technical difficulties and other things. But hey, how you doing? How you doing? Shirley, how you doing, girl? How you doing, Shirley?
1759.
You name it, Shirley got it. I know, with her big old sexy ass. How you doing?
Now that's Shirley Caesar, but
I know. I'm sorry. But this is what we're going to have to do, folks. This is what we're going to have to do. One, I want you guys to make sure you get the likes up, hit the like button, because we want to get into this. The last couple of days, man, the last couple of weeks, things have been a little intense around here. And I will tell you why. Because this whole notion of leftover cake and leftovers and blah, blah, blah has women straight up bugging. And you know what? You would think that I did something. I didn't do nothing except tell you what men already think. Don't get mad at me because you didn't know. I don't think that, hold on. I don't think the women are attracted to looks and money, but confidence. I've seen ugly dudes take on women. Thanks, Patsy. That may be for you. The thing is, it don't matter what you take home. It matters what you keep. And you can't keep these men. Women can't, dudes with just confidence. Confidence don't pay the motherfucking mortgage. Okay? So, again, late great Patrice O'Neal, you don't go to a fish and ask it how to catch fish. You got to go to a fisherman. We fish. Confidence and broke ain't a good look. What you confident in? Oh, Lord have mercy, Jesus. I'm glad that wasn't on screen. That was not good. All right, so, anywho, the subject of the day is modern women are a party of one. That's what we're talking about. Modern women are a party of one.
Party of
Before
one.
we get started, the candle of the evening is from Diptyque, and it is called Coriander. Coriander is the fragrance. The candle of the evening, and the fragrance is probably one of the best fragrances in the freaking world. This one right here is a show no panty dropper, get the draws kind of. The harmonious, hypnotizing fire will cause any woman in a 50-mile radius to begin immediately ovulating. Yes. They should call this ovulation bomb.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Let's check that, shall we? Wow. Coriander will get women to drop their panties. Okay, so that's like some type of aphrodisiac. Well, make sure that she wants to drop those panties before you go there. No problem playing games as long as everybody knows what the game is, okay? Let's see. And agree to it. Okay, coriander. 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 Oh. Is coriander cilantro? Culantro. Chinese parsley. Okay, that brings us back to this one. Let's see. Coriander is an annual herb in the family Apiaceae. Apiaceae, Apiaceae, is also known as Chinese parsley, Dahania, Dhania, or cilantro. I hate cilantro. All parts of the plant are edible, but the fresh leaves and dried seeds as spice are the most traditionally used in cooking. And trying to see. Yeah, it leaves It has a taste like dish soap, right? Okay, let's see. I'm just seeing if I can get the spiritual uses of this besides trying to get people's panties to drop. So we know we can use it in food. It comes in a leaf or also in a spice, a seed. And they're called coriander seeds. And the flavor is warm, nutty, spicy, and orange flavored. Okay. It's used to brew beer in some places. Okay. This is not what I want, but that's good info. Let's go back. Yeah, that's another window. I can't stand this iPhone. I just want to see the spiritual uses, and then we'll get back to our listing. Because he's already pissed me off. Already. Right. I'm trying to not... I'm trying to do this in a way that's going to be helpful. All right. The mythology of... Oh, no, I don't want to put somebody else's video on this. Let's go back, Safari. Okay, so coriander is ruled by the planet Mars, and it's a fire element. Coriander is best used in matters relating to love. It can be added to sachets, charms, or spells. It's edible and can be used in mixes and drinks to enhance love or lust. It can be crushed into incense and burned to achieve the same energies. Due to its association with love, it's often used at hand fastings and hand fastings and other rituals of union. So some people don't do marriage ceremonies; they do hand, jump the broom, that kind of stuff. Okay, or just to have a domestic partnership without being married, right? A hand fasting and other rituals of union. It could also be used to ease the pain of bad love affairs and to promote peace between people who struggle to get along. Okay. It's also used for protection. Once in the garden, grow in the garden and hang it in the home to bring peace and ward against negativity. And depending on the user's intent, an array of negative things. Wear or carry the seeds to ward off disease and migraines. It's used for healing, good health, longevity, clairvoyance, divination, fertility, prosperity, keeping secrets, passion, and retention. It's burned to enhance love and passion. Coriander's anti-inflammatory properties can help reduce joint swelling in rheumatoid arthritis. When the herb is added to the diet along with other immune system boosters, chronic infections can be eliminated. Okay, this is good info. And that is from the Information and it's on Tumblr, right? Information and Correspondence in Witchcraft. That's the name of the channel that gave me this information if you want to check it. Aromatherapy. So you can crush it, make incense out of it. I don't know if I ever told you guys, incense, you can make incense at home. You use sawdust and whatever essence you like, and that's incense. You can make your own at home, just in case you wanted to know. So, that's information. Yeah, it's used for magic spells. The Adams Farm? Adams Fair Care Farms? Oh, I guess this is a place that sells different herbs and stuff. Interesting. No, it caught my eyes. Adams is a family name. Okay. So anyway, let's get back to Uncle.
You walk
Kitten
by a woman
man.
wearing this, and she's probably going to spontaneously get like 6 months pregnant. Yeah. So use it at your own discretion, because your ass
what
gonna
you
be in
want?
child support court. You gonna be baby daddy number 9, I guess.
9. 9 is the number
Harmonizing,
of the
hypnotizing
ancestors,
fire
number of death, number
from
of
the harmonist. All right,
completion.
ladies, why is it that I say that modern women are a party of one? Well, I'm glad you asked. Several things led me to this topic. And one of the biggest things that led me to this topic was the notion that modern women are just holding out. Holding out for what? Holding out for what? Holding out for something better, or a party of one. Holding out for this and holding out for that. Who the heck are you ladies holding out for? When you ask women today, who are every bit of, danger zone. Danger zone! 27 to 35, when a woman needs to focus like a laser on the outcome she wants as far as relationships. But when you ask women who are in their mid to late 30s, even in their early 40s, who are boss chicks, bad chicks, got my money together, I got my master's.
I'm a PhD.
Got my master's, but can you cook?
I don't need a cookbook.
They got their PhD and everything else. They don't have a cookbook, but they damn sure do have a. All right, what is the one thing you tend to hear? Some sort of, well, whatever it is, ladies, it ain't working.
That thing.
And the net result of it is you become a party of one.
When he was mocking
modern woman, party of one.
Buddhism.
Your table's ready. What do you mean a party of one? A party of one. They become a party of one. Because as your friends who actually decided, you know what, I'm going to be a teacher or an accountant or whatever, I'm not going to make enough money to pay for my life, my property, my retirement and everything else. I'm not going to be able to fund my retirement. So I'm going to partner with somebody else, and we're just going to try to make this thing work. Now, you got so many women who, just because they went to college, figure that it raises their value, especially this group.
I'm a PhD.
I had my ladies focus group the other day, and the themes continue to kind of play out, interesting conversation, interesting questions. But one thing over and over, I'm not going to settle. I became this woman over here, therefore I deserve this man over here. Well, ladies, like I tell every one of you, men don't care about what you have. We care about who you are. And your master's, your PhD, your property, your car, whatever, is not not what men choose on. But see, here's the problem. Women will continue to talk to each other, hype their head up, blow their head up, let women say, well, girl, you shouldn't wait. You should do this. You should do that. The guy you're with right now, he's a good guy, but you know what? You don't settle for him. What happened to that lawyer you were dating 3 years ago? What happened? You used to date guys on this level. Why are you going to get with this guy who's give him a title, third shift at the plant? Why are you going to get with this guy who's a firefighter when back in college you was pulling this and that. Women judge from the highest man they were ever able to deal with. And deal with means simply this: he showed her some attention, possibly gave her some sex, and she thought that automatically adjusted her level. That's why I'm starting to see hellified basic chicks, hellified basic from the way they look, talking about, I'm not going to settle for a broke man. I want a rich man. I want this lifestyle. And I'm like, you do realize
there's levels between rich and broke. I hope that's what he getting ready to say. Because I don't know anybody who thinks, I don't know women that think like that or talk like that. I'm not saying that they aren't people who do. You know, and if there may have been people in my life like that, but I didn't entertain that type of attitude, you know. But I don't know about that. So just if you're talking to your girlfriends about this new guy, and basically what your friends are doing is helping you vet your new person, right? And they know you, and for whatever reason, some of them can have ulterior motives actually when they're vetting. So remember that also, ladies. But so because we exchange information with our family and friends, so now we're being weak-minded and poisoned and made to feel that we're more than we're actually worthy of achieving. That we're in delusion because we've gotten an education. Okay. But there's levels between broke and rich. Let's see what he says.
You can set whatever price you want to in the market. That's your choice. But you do realize the market, like YouTube, like Instagram, the market is like YouTube and Instagram. Anybody can get a YouTube channel.
Yes.
Anybody can create an Instagram channel.
Yes.
Anybody can go to YouTube, create a channel, and post content.
Yes.
But that's because you have a YouTube channel don't mean somebody's going to watch it, don't mean you're going to get a following.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody who's watching right now has a YouTube channel or Instagram channel, but every one of you ain't making money on this stuff and you're in a business or whatever. Why? But this is the market. So women think because they can create a YouTube channel or an Instagram channel, because they can be in the market, they can determine they can have success in the market. The market lets anybody in, but the market gets to decide what success is. So all these women talking about they're going to hold out this and that, they cannot produce the outcome they say they want, and they don't want to settle for lower.
I just want to insert here that the people that my ancestry connects me with, the Fan in Benin and the Homie in Togo, the women were in the marketplace. The men were at home creating, being creators, doing the artistry. So they were creating, they were making the wines, they were making the vessels, all that Benin art that you see in museums and stuff like that. Those are my people, the Fan people. So the women were the high priestesses. They ran the temples. And it still was Yoruba or Ifa that they practiced. But the point is that women are the marketplace. And they are allowing men in because the way YouTube is, the marketplace and the creator are meshing, right? You can create and market directly. So men now think that they don't need women. So now he's going to try to demean our roles in the marketplace. Okay, moving on.
So they're just going to hold out and wait. Party of one. Sad chick, party of one. Ebony the attorney, party of one. Marshall the marketer, party of one. Nancy the nurse, party of one. Or the PhD or the doctor. Hey, Rita the Realtor, party of one. Christine the Creative, party of one. Erica the Entrepreneur, party of one. Party of one. And one thing you're going to recognize is all these party of one women share one thing in common. They share one thing in common for sure. You've heard of the 7 deadly sins?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to start talking about the 7 deadly sins, for the 7 deadly curses for modern women. And one of them is a lack of humility. A lack of humility. Most modern women are too impressed with themselves. That's why you can have a chick who's every bit of 5 on a good day talk about, I'm a 10 because I got confidence. I'm a 10 because of this. I'm a 10 because of that. And then you turn around and ask, is there any room for improvement? Is there any room? Are you perfect? No. All right. Well, how can you be a 5, have 5 outcomes? You ain't never had nobody pay your rent.
How can you say that if you're a 5 or even if you're a 10, first of all, I don't know a lot of women that go around rating themselves, but okay, that you don't know that there's always room for improvement. I don't know any woman that thinks that much of themselves that they don't feel that there's room for improvement in some aspect. Stop the bullshit. Go ahead.
Much less, nobody.
He's got
wants to
mommy
take a
issues.
gas in
That's
your
basically
life.
what I'm
Much
saying.
less pay your rent.
He's got mommy
And you
issues.
talk about I'm holding out because I got.
He's jealous of the fact that his
forth.
mother married his
Okay.
stepfather and he feels abandoned.
How that gonna happen? Because today women are too impressed with themselves. Y'all all think y'all special. You all think y'all think you're special. You think you're the sugar honey iced tea, and you tend to hear these terms. Women because they can do adult things. I pay my rent. I pay my car note. I pay my food. I buy my shoes. Congratulations, you're a functioning damn adult.
Right.
But women want credit for that like it's big, like it's something. So because they're a functioning adult, they want credit for that.
Well, we
because
want to give men credit for that too.
Nobody cares about your PhD. And I hear this bullshit about women that are outpacing men in college, and especially black women. Yeah, let them say whatever they want to. Ask them what their net worth is. Most have a negative net worth because they got their masters and PhD. They're making $100,000. Yeah, but how much student loan debt in? How much is your household debt? What's your consumer debt? Negative net worth means the things you want credit for ain't working.
But wouldn't that be the same thing with a guy?
Because today,
they don't go to college. That's what he's trying to say.
Far too many women are too impressed with themselves.
Wow.
Other than that, why do you think a woman who is an average looking, below average physicality, below average weight, can sit around talking about they're going to hold out? Oh, wait, what are you waiting for? The answer is what many are waiting for is a sucker. They're waiting for somebody to go ahead and say, you know what? Even though you got 200,000 miles on you and had a couple of wrecks, I'm going to go ahead and pay brand new prices for it. Here's some of the attributes of an overly impressed party of one. They say things like, not all women are like that. They say things like, well, I don't know about that. I can't speak for that, but I know for me and mine. Yet, you're single as French toast. No generalization is valid because everyone is special. Because you haven't spoken to everyone on a particular subject, you can't speak about it. Because until you talk to everyone and get everyone's opinion, it's not valid.
You're making generalizations and projections from your own life and putting it on everyone else.
Invariably, they are hyper-individualistic.
Wow, how jealous are you, man? Wow.
Which turns into this deification, almost this queen energy, to where they want a man to come along and to exalt them. And how does this show up? And I'm going over to Instagram. It shows up in women holding on, holding out, wanting a man to come into their life, to partner with them, to maintain, at least maintain, but they really want a man to come in and elevate their lifestyle.
And what does the man want?
So,
Isn't it the same thing?
the question becomes, all right, then what kind of woman can ask for these things? Is the average woman, the woman that's in the 50%, is that something the average woman can ask for? Well, here's how women are answered. Well, she can ask for it. See, women are doing this bifurcation thing today, guys, and I want you to pay attention. They're playing semantics. Well, she can ask for it. Yeah, you can ask.
This is a man who grew up around a lot of women, who probably was friends with a lot of women, and as do a lot of people, I'm going to get in trouble for this, but there are a lot of gay men who befriend women and get to know us and get to learn our secrets and how we feel, and we befriend them and we feel comfortable with them and we allow them to be in our sister groups. Some of us do. And then they turn whatever it is that makes us a woman, whether it be our menstrual cycles or the fact that we have to open our legs to have sex. And I'm just saying these things because I've heard it straight from the horses' mouths. I saw it. I saw the evolution of a friendship in my life that became that. And he would perform in front of other people. When he was mad at one of the women, oh my God, he would curse her from her grandparents to her descendants. He was horrible. And it was always about the things that made her a woman. And nasty. And then I've noticed over time, it's like me hanging out with a bunch of guys. And so after a while, they don't notice that I'm there if you're working with them. And so you hear the bullshit. You hear the way they talk about their wives and their sisters and their mothers and their daughters because they're free. They feel like they can just express themselves because they're not really looking at you as a woman, especially me as a black woman around a lot of white guys. I know what's being said. So it's the same type of vantage point that he may be coming from when he's doing these things, because he's been around a lot of women. It's not because he's so clever. It's because, women do say that, but he is judging it because of his jealousy. That's what I see. This is jealousy. This is jealousy. He's projecting this jealousy. Wow. He really is hurt. He really is hurt.
Ask your mama for a cookie before dinner, but that don't mean you get it, right? I want you to understand how
you can ask your mama for a cookie before dinner. That don't mean you get it, though.
They'll start talking about, and when they can't, they get in the corner, they start making up scenarios. Well, what if this probability happens, and at the end of the day,
how we reason things
it doesn't
out.
serve you or anybody. It
Yes,
doesn't
it
serve women
does.
well.
It creates peace.
Because you're becoming a party of one.
We have to
open Instagram in
think
just
logically.
a second, because here's the reality.
Is he
Many
drinking
women
liquor
are
while he's doing these videos like that?
Jealous of men. Jealous
look-
of men's ability to maintain, to be in the market and actually get women. If a man can, as long as a man is productive and competitive, he can pull a woman in the marketplace regardless of age. Productive, competitive, successful men. Shout out to Theo Watt. You can hold out for a dog or PhD, ladies.
It depends what he looks like
Yet a
when he
normal,
gets to a
humble
certain
man
age, I think. But
will make a
somebody,
loving family.
because
Yet a
women
normal,
are
loving man will make a family with you. Huh?
open to
Here's the
settling.
thing,
Yes, we are.
Theo. I actually referred somebody to you the other day
But
to
there are
the
boundaries
things
to
you're
some
teaching. But here's the
settling.
thing. He mentioned humble. Gentlemen, you're looking for a woman who brings peace and she has humility. There are plenty of attractive women who have humility, but they're not overly impressed with themselves. If you're dealing with a woman who's overly impressed with herself, don't waste your time. That's an uphill battle.
And what is overly impressed? His
And
definition.
women who talk like this, well, why can a man exercise options and you can't? Well, we're not equals. We're different in the sense that, but you don't hear men talking about, well, women get their stuff up front, blah, blah, blah. Ladies, many of you are going to have to come to grips to the fact that you've been marketed to, you've been lied
what
to.
stuff up
The women
front?
before you have lied to you. Media has lied to you. You cannot have it all. Life is about choices and trade-offs. And as a woman, the most accurate predictor of what you're going to be able to get, acquire, and maintain in the sexual marketplace is your sexual marketplace value. That's fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, submissive. That's how you look. That's how you carry yourself. And the thing is, you will attract far more men. But the men who keep women, the men who wife women, the men who make lives with women are looking for women who are assets. And they're not looking for women who want a man to get on her program. And why is this important? Because far too many of you ladies are living your lifestyles, you like your place, you're impressed with yourselves, and you want a man to come along just like Eartha Kitt. You want Eartha Kitt, Eartha falls in love with Eartha, and you want somebody to share you being in love with you. That ain't how that works. So, are you on the road to being a party of one? Are you on the road to being...
Well, how did he get on Eartha? What'd she do? Wow. Bro. It says my mistake. Somebody sent me a message and it said my mistake. Yes, dude, that was a mistake. Oh, you messed with the wrong kid. This is something else. Because when I said you messed with the wrong kitty, it stopped. So I guess Eartha Kitt's energy wasn't appreciative of this video, sir.
do something in
Oh,
first.
it stopped again.
Is that what I want to do? We're going to bring in the first call. But here we go. Before we do that, let's do this. Well, I guess that's not how that joint. Here we go. Money World. Money World. Damn video. I don't know why it keeps doing that. We're going to go this one. There we go. I like that better. Money World.
I've seen this video before. Okay.
Why'd you take alimony?
Oh, this is good. Let's back this up a little bit.
What did you think you were going to get? I mean,
Uh-oh. He
I
must.
mean,
He gotta,
when you were.
somebody has asked him a question. Okay. I guess we gotta hear the rest of that song. I like it though. Trabajo. Oh, this is the basement of. This is somebody's apartment building lobby. In their basement, their parking area. Yeah, yeah. Maybe this is where Kevin lives. Who knows? Anyway, because they said that the woman had to get the defibrillator from the building management. So, in his rental apartment. What happened? Oh, that's him? Come on, man.
You're all trying to actually do something.
I'm just trying to get back to this interview that started here.
Then why not go back to him?
Uh-oh. Tell somebody to go back somebody. Where is it? Does he have timestamps in these things?
So, the question becomes...
Here we go.
All right. Then what kind of woman can ask for these things? Is the average woman, the woman that's in the 50%, is that something the average woman can ask for? Well, here's how women are answered. Well, she can ask for it. See, women are doing this bifurcation thing today, guys, and I want you to pay attention. They're playing semantics. Well, she can ask for it. Yeah, you can ask her.
Okay, so Spirit said that this message is for men who are in their 40s and women and men in their 40s and 50s and that kind of stuff. And that's why he didn't make it to 60. So, okay, somebody said that. And that is not meant to be followed by grown people. This information. Okay. He really did. Somebody just said, quite bizarre. Yeah. And I'm not live on YouTube. I'm just recording this. Wow. Eartha Kitt. Okay, let's see.
Mama for a cookie before dinner, but that don't mean you get it, right?
Let's go forward. Come on. We did the mom and the cookie before.
That works out a little better, but by then it was just too late. I didn't actually, go through with full therapy. Too much water was under the bridge and it was already open.
What do you mean it was already open?
I guess he had already had enough of everything. I mean, I stayed home with the boys. I raised the kids.
What did he want you to do?
Shut up.
Why didn't you do that?
Honestly, hindsight is 2020. I don't know why I didn't do that. At the time, I didn't know why. I mean, now, looking back, I was stupid. I was angry. I didn't install the stuff that now, and I you and a lot of other, people that talk about these types of things and the anger inside of us at times that we get from our moms and their anger. So I learned a lot.
Right.
When it was time to get him back, I mean, it's been too long. Been 5 years, he's in and out of different relationships, and then of course the divorce battle, right? That was.
But is it he's gone on, or you haven't done enough work?
Maybe both, but I've been trying. I've spent 5 years. I've been moved on, and the thing is, I'm scared of the market, right? So I'm scared I haven't gone there because I don't think that there's anything out there. I believe in marriage. I believe in the
Well, the market's out there. The market's out there, but the market's going to ask the same questions I'm asking.
Because you've given them the questions to ask, asshole.
What did you think you were going to get? I mean,
some peace.
When you were being
some peace.
When you're in your marriage and being the way you were, what were you fighting for?
Peace.
You know what? I don't know. I just saw my mom do it. I did what I saw her.
Your mom was married?
No, she just fought with all of her boyfriends and fought with us. And
Who has custody of the boys?
I do.
How old is the youngest?
8.
How often do they see their father?
Not often at all.
Why?
He says he's not financially stable to see them or take them because I take all his money after the divorce. So blames me for that.
That's sad.
But I asked, I paid.
Hold on.
He doesn't.
What state are you in?
Pennsylvania.
Do you get child support?
I do.
Cut off the child support.
How will I be able to help?
You can't do that. The Commonwealth is not going to let you do that.
Okay, cut off the child support.
You cannot do that.
And have actual joint custody with your ex-husband.
No.
Straight up joint. 3.5 days with you, or 4 days with you, 3 days with him, 3 days with you.
That's not cutting off his child support.
No
child support and visitation are two different things. He can, if they make that arrangement, that would change the financial
do something different.
Dynamics. Absolutely, it would.
More time with the man,
and that it would. That it would. But do not negate the child support order before you change the custody agreement.
Cut the child support off.
And you let the judge do it.
Moving good things.
Don't do anything thinking, hold on.
If you cut
I know I know a lot of women who have gone to the court and cut the child support thinking that was going to help their relationship with their kid and their child and their father. And as soon as they got to the steps, the dude tore up the agreement and laughed and had nothing to do with their son or her again. All right? I have been in moderation myself about custody and made arrangements and agreements. And when we got outside to the front of the arbitrator's office, he laughed and tossed it and rolled it up and tossed the paper in the trash. I held on to that because I saw him when he did it, because he made sure I saw him when he did it, and I showed it to the court when I returned to court, because he had no intention of trying to work in unison or any agreements. So what I'm saying is, do not give up any financial arrangements. But if you do get the joint custody, then you have them adjust your child support so that it's half, so that he can have money to spend on them and with them and cover his utilities and whatever while your children are with him, and you still have some money, different money. But then again, you have more free time because your children are with their father. So it could work out. But what I'm saying is, don't put the horse before the wagon with this one, all right? Take care of the arrangements for visitation or shared custody first, and then go back and adjust the child support once you see that this is real and he's going to be implementing it, and only cut it in half, right? Do not stop the child support. Just my advice from someone who knows. Proceed.
And you actually have joint physical custody with their father.
That's good.
So where now the reason for the money is gone because he has to pay for them when they're with him. You have to pay for them when they're with you.
Right.
So there's no need for the money.
There is need for the money because children have expenses.
How does it hurt the boys?
Children have expenses. He needs to have money, but you need that money too.
But what if he doesn't have a place to live? Where would he take them half of the time?
So he lives in his car?
He lives on somebody's couch.
Are you getting child support every month?
Yeah.
He works and he's living on somebody's couch. You might want to try to take him back. That's stupid.
So he's on somebody's couch.
I didn't ask him to do that.
I didn't say you asked her to do it, but I just want you to understand that from the man's standpoint, ain't nobody gonna have shed one tear because you were with a man and you said it, and now after the marriage, you getting the money, and I don't want to get too deep into it, but what's more important, having a functioning relationship with your ex and having your boys with their father and having some semblance of a family, or this cold war?
Right, that's true.
I just feel like
I didn't see why she left him in the first place.
No. See, you can beg him to stay, but I asked you the first thing, what was the name of your therapist? And the problem is he hasn't seen enough change. So let's just imagine this happens. Let me use my Thanos powers here, shall we? Let me use my Thanos powers.
Thanos.
Hello, Eric. Hey, this is me. Yeah. I want to do something. The boys don't see you that often, and I know you're in this way, and you say it's on me because I get the money. So here's what I want to do. I went down to the court and I actually terminated the support order. I terminated the support order, and I want to have.
And you're gonna say thank you very much, yeah, and you'll never see him.
About 90 days,
and that's
get
it.
yourself together to where you have a place to where the boys can come over there. So you should be able to do that with the money you get.
And he's gonna do that with the money he get, and he's gonna tell you
There's
and the
videos on
babies
YouTube,
to
right?
kiss your
Videos of
ass,
women who
his
cut
ass.
off
Telling you.
support, cut off the child support, and been helpful to the ex-husband, and now they're in a better position.
It's a lie. Do not go for it. Do not believe it. That is a lie.
How does it hurt the boys?
It doesn't hurt them at all, Kevin.
So do you not think if you cut
my
the support
God.
off, do you think he would? What do you think he would do?
Listen. I know women who have been working with men, making good money. They got babies for them. Buy a house together before they get married. And when somebody buys a house and they need help with the down payment, they don't want you. They want to know all sources of money, the banks, right? So they don't want you to get any loans, right? So even though he might tell you that he's going to pay you back, and he may very well pay you back, you're not going to be, it's going to be considered a gift, right? Unless your name is on that deed. Now, if your name is on that deed also, then that is another thing. But if your name is not on that deed, and you're going to be tenant in common with him, and you've given this for a gift, if he decides that he's not going to marry you, or that he don't want you at that house, or he changed his mind, he's going to bring another woman there, all right, and he was just using you, And I'm just saying it because it has happened. I'm not trying to be doom and gloom. I really, really, really am not. But I'm just letting you know to consider these things because you need to consider the source of and the ulterior motives behind what could possibly be going on. See, once again. All right, let's finish this up. Or see what else he has to tell her. I'm going to get off of this soon because he's getting my... Let's finish this up. Happening again.
So let me stop you right here. I want you to stop me right here.
She said if she cut the child support, he will not see the boys.
You said if you cut the child support off, how you just keep the money and still not see the boys.
Yep.
So why you want to get back with a man with such a low character? If that's what you really believe. That's not what I asked. I asked, why would you want to get back with a man then? Because, see, there's fear here. And I'm trying to understand why you want to go back to this man. If you're saying, I'm dealing with a man, if I cut the child support off and offer him joint custody, he'd just take the money and still be out of his boy's life. You don't think very highly of him.
I don't. But I still don't. I mean, I'm married, and I think that means something. I mean, I love my brother, and he may not be the best person in the world, but I
Did you hear what you just said?
It's unconditional love. She knows what she's
I
dealing
want
with.
you to think about what I'm about to say. You're in charge of raising 2 boys? And you don't think very highly of their father.
I don't tell them that.
Do you know when your children are sick, even without them telling you? Do you know when something's wrong with one of your children just by looking at them?
Yeah.
Why? Because you raised them and they're around you. Guess what? We know our mamas just like they know us.
Mama issues.
I don't know why the hell y'all think just because you don't say nothing we don't know.
Did I say something?
What were you supposed to do?
So we were separated for 5 years. 3 out of the 5 years, I asked for no child support. I asked for nothing. He told me. I asked him for money for food. He said, put me on child support. That's what he said.
Ma'am, I don't care. I'm going to tell you why I don't care. Because there's 3 sides to every story. Yours is and the truth. I don't give a shit about who shot John. You said that why you want to get back with him. I'm trying to understand why you want to get back with a man that you don't think very highly of.
Because I was told that I'm supposed to stay with one husband until death. That's what I was told. And I believe he may be a piece of crap, but...
Whoa. Hold on. Wait a goddamn minute, man.
Oh my God.
Wait a goddamn minute.
It's hypothetical.
There is no hypothetical. I don't do that over here. Run that shit on some feminist channel. Don't come call your ex-husband and the man that you created life with a piece of crap.
I'm sorry. I did not mean
The internet is forever. What do you think?
I didn't mean it like that. I meant it like...
Oh, you meant it in a nice way.
No, I just meant it in like...
Stop. Just stop. When you're in a ditch, stop digging. What do you think it's like to live with you?
Probably not easy, not fun. Some good stuff, but...
So do you think if you're around somebody who's difficult or not easy to live with, that they have an impact on your psyche?
Of course.
Do you think he doesn't love his boys?
I never said that.
So do you think it bothers him not to be around his sons?
I can't answer that.
Yes, you can, and you will.
Do I think it doesn't bother him that he's not around his sons? No, it bothered him for being around.
It's not what I asked.
Yes, I'm sure it bothers him.
Okay. Everything we talked about so far has been about you. You're the chaotic center of all of this. And if the world was balanced, he should have custody of those boys. Prior to 1945, he would have had custody.
I'm not opposed to custody.
I wonder what happened to his father.
He asked,
But then you'd be paying child support.
he asked for it at one point in time, and his living situation, he gave it back.
Okay, ma'am. Here's what here's the thing. There's always going to be.
He gave it back. He had it. That's what she's saying. He's not even listening. That's what they started off with.
The market is what it is.
And he
And the
didn't
market's
want
gonna
it.
look
He
at
didn't
how you
want that
handle your-
responsibility.
Why'd you quit your last job? Did you quit or were you fired? Who's your former employer?
He's living on somebody's couch and he's paying child support. He has income.
Yeah, talk
He's
about
banking
how
his
his
money.
job.
He's good. And he ain't on somebody's couch. He's living with some woman somewhere. Stop it. Stop it.
So I'm stuck.
Or
on
he's
the
at
fact
his mother's. He's good.
that You say he didn't see his boys.
He don't
Not
see his boys
doesn't
because
love
he
them.
doesn't
So
want
he
to.
said, you taking all the money.
That's what he's saying.
You said he's living on the couch. So he doesn't have a residence.
That's what he said. He's telling me he couldn't take the kids. He can't take the.
He got a woman.
Because of my financial situation.
He got a
He
woman.
doesn't have a residence.
Have anywhere to live. Or
So what happens when the boys ask where their dad is? When they say they want to see your dad?
They don't anymore. But when they used to, I would call him. Tell him, come get the kids. The kids is asking for you. They're outside. We live in a neighborhood where they can play outside. He can come
So
by.
does he not? So, but he does have a job.
He does.
Is he paying more than $1,000 a month in child support?
He is.
And they got 3 kids.
More than $1,500 a month?
No. He was.
In what state?
Pennsylvania. They got different laws in Pennsylvania.
Alimony?
House of work, yeah.
She gets maintenance
How long y'all
also.
married?
About 10 years.
That's it. 10 years. That's the
Why'd
spot.
you take alimony?
Because she's entitled to.
That's a lot.
Okay. Listen, another point. 10 years. If you marry someone, you have to have been married at least 10 years in order to get their benefits from Social Security or military benefits, or in some places even alimony as opposed to child support. But you just have to check your local, laws and things like that. But I know that that's with the military especially. You have to be married at least 10 years, not 9.5, not 9 3/4, not 9 and 11 months. 9, it has to be 10 years at least that you're married in order for you to be entitled to those benefits if you are divorced at the time of his death or her death, okay? So keep that in mind. You have to have been married at least 10 years to get their Social Security benefits and any of that. Since we go in here.
Marital settlement agreement provided some benefits.
Did you work during the marriage?
I did not.
She didn't work. She was a housewife.
And for my critics and detractors, I want you guys to ask yourself a question. Men don't typically file divorce.
I did not file for divorce.
I said men don't typically file for divorce.
But she did.
And then
He
you're
did.
getting
He did.
alimony and child support. All right?
But she didn't file for divorce. That's you're glossing over that
At the end
part.
of the day, ma'am,
And they live in Pennsylvania, which is a commonwealth, and they do things
I see why
differently.
you're talking about the market. I don't know who'd want to deal with this in the market either. But I'm not really concerned about your dating life. I'm asking about the boys. They don't see their dad.
You need to talk
you're
to their
saying that
dad.
He says he doesn't see him because of the money, but I'm saying the two adults need to get the shit together to where the kids can see both of y'all.
Of course.
I agree. I called.
Okay, and I'm saying, I asked a critical question. If you cut the support off and you think he would see the boys, and you said no, you need to answer the question of why you think that is. Because why don't you think he would see them?
Because he's done it in the past 3 whole years. Whole years of not seeing the kids, no child support, all this money, no alimony.
Where was he at?
He was right up the street, less than a couple miles away. He worked. He had his fun. I didn't bother them. I went and got a job. I went and provided. I kept the house. I kept the mortgage. I kept the mortgage paid. Didn't ask for anything. It wasn't until I lost my job or had to cut back.
So you didn't work during the marriage.
Correct.
Did you guys have financial pressures in the marriage?
No, not at all.
And then he
Did
left,
he change jobs?
and then she got a job,
Since
and she was still
we
able to
were
keep it
married,
up.
we had a steady job.
Right.
Since we've been divorced,
Sounds like he has a drug problem.
lots of different
What was his profession?
social work.
Okay.
He was a social worker. He worked in law enforcement. You can see that. He has a bachelor's degree in social work,
But does he have any substance abuse problems?
not at all.
So he was steadily employed and you were a housewife.
Yep.
But post-divorce, now you're a working woman.
Correct.
And right, wrong, or indifferent, all this was preferable to just getting along with your husband?
I tried.
Okay. You went
He
to
sounds like
counseling,
he has
but I'm
issues.
always leery when I hear women go to counseling by themselves. You went to counseling by yourself, then you went to Christian counseling. But at the end of the day, he divorced you for irreconcilable differences?
I don't know why he divorced me. I never read the papers. I never signed them.
You didn't ask him?
But, I don't even know what the divorce
Was there another woman?
There were plenty of those.
No. Would he... Did he leave you for another woman?
I don't think so.
Was he still a social worker when he left you?
Yeah.
So when he divorced you, he was making money.
Yes. No, after the divorce, no.
No, when he filed for divorce or whatever, he was still earning. Because you been right. And the order is set likely on his previous earnings, not his current earnings.
Correct.
Right.
You haven't modified that?
So that the court did it because he willfully acted out in court and got himself thrown in jail, which is why he lost the job. So the judge held him to that earning is contempt of court.
The judge so
Pennsylvania.
you didn't basically. So you're saying it's the judge.
If the judge can hold him to earning capacity.
Right. Contempt of court.
You can, ma'am. The judge can't make somebody. Child support is an agreement between you two. You can decide to go cut child support off tomorrow. You could decide to go get $1 in child support.
All right, but you asked if he had an earning capacity.
Right, and I'm saying that he was earning one thing at once, and then he lost his job, and he's earning less, but his income, his child support is still set at his previous earning level.
Correct.
Don't you think it would be fair to lower that to match his current? If he's saying money is an issue.
I mean, I sacrificed we sent him to school for him to have this degree, so that I'm the one with the high school education, so why should he get lower to my income?
Wow! Did y'all heard it? You heard it.
An X amount of dollars.
Ma'am, so do you think he chose to just make less money? You think he's happier making less money?
I know for a fact he chose to make less money.
Oh my God. All right. I don't know. You know what? My bullshit meter is going all offline. No. I'm kind of done. Ma'am, so you want us to believe that a man chooses to go make less money for what? For what, pray tell? Why?
He fell in
What
love.
would be the reason a man chooses to make less money?
Because he thought, like you're saying, that the court would lower the amount.
Yes.
And they did.
They quit their jobs so that they lower the amount
So
of
you
their
want
child
us-
support.
you want me to
And the
believe
judges
it.
are not falling
The
for it.
support order was set at one thing.
Yes.
But he decided to say, you know what? I don't want to make $70,000 a year. I want to make $40,000 so I can pay less child support.
No. He decided to curse up the judge and get thrown into jail.
He got
I didn't say anything
contempt of
about him
court.
and the judge. I said the job. I don't give a shit about the court. Because here's the funny thing. I want you guys to understand. If you've never been to family court, you don't understand how adversarial it is for men.
And when you
thing
piss off the
there's your
judge,
side, his side of
that's
the truth. I'm
another
saying, why would a
adversary.
man making X decide to make less than X? What does that do to his? What does that do to his standard of living? Increase it or decrease it?
Again, the only thing I
What does that do? Increase it or decrease it?
decrease it.
So you think he's decreasing his standard of living so he can pay decreased child support?
That's the only thing I can come up with.
That makes no logical sense.
I've heard men say that they would do
We don't
that.
decrease their earnings to pay less child support.
Yes, they do.
So why wouldn't he work a job that he's the same type of job?
Yes, they do.
Because that's not how that always works. Look, man, that's not how it always works. And that's the problem. In the family court system, modifications go one way, up. It is rare that a man gets a modification down,
That's
even
not
when he
true.
loses his job. I know
Because the judge. He's projecting.
I know because when I
Projecting.
served in family court and was with men's groups, that men can lose jobs. The economy takes a dip. The sectors are gone, but they tell you to go get 3 jobs because they make money off of it. The family court system makes money off of it. And man, if the money's at the issue and you're really talking about trying to move with this man in good faith, you're getting alimony, you're getting child support set at what his previous income was. And your theory is, well, he did all this because of his attitude despite the judge. That's beautiful when the judge is on your side. I don't give a shit that he cussed out the judge, man. Let's say that happened. You could still say, that's your daddy, he had a bad day, whatever. I don't want to lower it down. But what you said was, why should I do that? So I've already put him through and did this for him, so child support's to pay you back for putting him through school?
No.
See, child support becomes all kind of shit for women. I asked you, why not make all the money?
The industry changed because he quit his job. When you quit a job, no one fired you. You quit your job. So what do I say when you continue to quit jobs when you see that they're garnishing the maximum allowed amount, which is 55%?
55%. God damn. A man is supposed to take 55% of your income. Ooh, I want you guys to understand.
Yes,
My
Pennsylvania.
critics, I hope y'all were able to listen to all of this because I know y'all were like, oh, he's wrong, he's and so forth. But it is all coming out. This is what men have been reduced to. And ma'am,
But she didn't set
at
the
the end of the
rate.
day, I keep asking about your boys.
She didn't set the rate. That's the
This is
state.
between you and him. What about the boys?
People need to get the laws
Can
changed then.
he put his shit to the side and you put your shit to the side so the boys can have a relationship with both the mother and the father? I don't give a shit about you or him. How about them?
Why don't we change the legislation
Who shot John?
so
Who
it'll
hurt
allow
who?
that?
Who did what at prom? I don't give
That
two
when
fucks about.
fathers create that space, we go back and renegotiate our child support and our custody arrangements.
Why
Everything should be adjustable, but the courts are
I want you
flooded
guys
with
to understand where the question comes from.
family.
It's a bad faith question. And this
families.
is why family court is so jacked up. Giving women leverage and access to
It's
future
not.
earnings for past relationships is crazy. You assuming he's
Oh,
going to do
he
the worst.
mad.
And so
He
are you, man.
mad.
The reason I'm even talking about this shit, man, was when you were married, you were doing the worst.
His.
No, all right. No, all right. Because you said you still wanted to get back with this man. You still want...
His mother must have gotten
all
child
alive, man.
support.
Anybody
He's
can
blaming
hear it.
child support and maybe even pension benefit. No, his mother never got married, but he's blaming
I
child
don't give a
support
shit about your resume.
on the reason his
What
father
about the
wasn't
boys?
around when he was
No.
as much as he
And
wanted
see,
him to
the thing
be.
is, man,
I don't know what
keep
the
going back.
situation
Well,
was.
what if he doesn't do it? So, how about this? How about this then? Just like you wanted him to give you good faith, grace, and some mercy, that you had changed to give you another shot because you've done the work, right? Excuse me. Do the same for him. Give him the benefit of that. Stop. You want him to give you the benefit of the doubt? You give him the benefit of the doubt.
Now I agree with that. I agree.
How does that hurt you?
I
How
told
does that hurt you?
my clients that. How does it hurt you to just give him a chance?
Not-
No, not to be just to
Man,
see whether or not
we're
he
not-
has
okay,
changed.
It hurts
Unless you find it
financially
to be a
for how long?
dangerous situation. If you have any fears like that, but
That's what I said. I said joint custody joint custody.
No, a
that means he has the
conversation.
boys.
A
you
few
have the boys.
conversations.
See,
Go with
this
them
is why
on
I
their
go
play
to the
dates.
selfishness
Their,
party of one thing.
you know, participate when
To
he
you, this
has
sounds right.
on his
And to
days,
me,
or
I'm
invite
trying to
him
figure
on
out
your
how
days.
can the
Invite him
boys
to
end up
come
having
with
a
you
relationship
when you're
with the
taking
mother
care of the
and
kids.
father,
If you
and
take
how
them out
can y'all
somewhere,
get to some point of
see how
possibly
that works.
a new resolution, but it's going to take you
You have
experiencing
a different
some
dynamic because you're
setback
divorced,
too.
right? But
You want him to give you a shot,
go on an outing
to
or
give you
something
the
and bring the
benefit of the
kids
doubt
with
that
you.
you changed, and you
But
that
no,
will
you
show
go on
a
the
different
outing
thing,
with the
because the
kids
woman
and
right
bring
here
your ex with you. Keep it like that,
doesn't
mindset like
show.
that.
I can see why you probably don't believe anything has changed.
He's a
Because what have you
guest.
done? You've gone to some therapy. Men don't. Therapy is supposed to go to an action. It's supposed to do something to soften your heart, to give you some grace, some mercy, to understand some empathy, to understand where people are coming from. Well, he lost his job. Well, he quit his job. He cussed out this. Okay, so we're supposed to listen to your issues and your drama, but men can't have it. We're just supposed to keep out here steady, performing, and that's what I want you guys to understand. We're tools. We're utilities. We're not supposed to feel. We're not supposed to think. You can't make no mistakes, but they can make mistakes.
Oh, poor thing.
And at the end of the day, man, you're raising two boys. You're raising two boys, and
She's
how they
actually
view themselves
raising
is going
3
to be
boys,
directly tied to how you view
including
them.
her husband.
How you view their father.
Wow.
How you interact with men,
He's
whether you
sad.
like it or not.
Poor
So,
thing. No wonder he had a heart attack.
I love their mom.
You got triggered by this entire
this is love.
conversation.
This is why I say I don't
Got
give a shit
triggered
about
by
your
this
love, people. This is what I
conversation.
mean. That's why I say I don't give a shit about your love. Respect. You love them, but you don't respect it. Because as soon as I said, why don't you come to him with an offering?
That's what he wanted his mother to do, and she never
pause
did it.
child support. I'm going to give you joint custody and cut off child support. So we split the boys 50-50, and we come up with a new way of doing this. And I'm going to give you some time to get yourself up there, because you said 90 days. I'm not asking for it, but you automatically go to, well, what if he fucks me? You mean like you fucked him?
I didn't fuck him.
You, with your attitude. You said, I'm talking about in the marriage, you said not being a good wife.
Unbeknownst to me.
Doesn't matter, unbeknownst to not. The outcome is the same.
He didn't communicate. How's she supposed to figure it out?
It wasn't something that
See, you're still going back to the fact, man. Okay. You're still going back to the fact you didn't do it. Okay, fine. Do something different. But you know what? Never mind. That's why we started where we end or we start, man. It's about,
he's got picture in picture
cool.
of him.
The therapy.
One with dark and one with light.
What's the outcome is different. Because if you can't have a different beginning
I'll
with
put
the
the
man
link
you
to it,
start a
and then
family
you
with,
see what I'm
you can
watching.
at least get to where you have mutual respect. You can at least get to the point to where the kids don't feel the tension. Because I don't care
Not what
about
he's
your
saying
dating
is-
life or his. I'm talking about those boys. That's why the black community is in a position it is. How what are the boys seeing? How the boys and the hard hearts of far too many women regarding their interpersonal relationship with the men. I don't give a shit about the relationship with the men. I care about the boys. You want to have a shot out here in the market? They're going to want to know, how'd you deal with your ex-husband? How your boys coming along?
Yeah, I'm not in the market. I've never.
This doesn't matter, man. That's my point. Is you said you fear the market because there's no. You don't feel like there's any hope. There is not hope, and there should not be hope for this kind of stuff.
Mama's favorite dish.
You're right. You're right.
Like you said, I didn't plan on the divorce.
Mama's
well,
cooking.
If you didn't plan on the divorce, but you did the behavior, you're like, well, unbeknownst to me, the man didn't divorce you after an argument. One argument. This was prolonged. But then you walked away from the marriage where you're a housewife, you got alimony and child support. His financial position has changed. And what you told us is he's changed his financial position damn near on purpose.
He quit his job.
Damn near on purpose. And his purpose with changing his financial position was to pay less child support. Makes absolutely no sense.
Why would he quit his job?
Ma'am, I don't know why somebody would quit their job to pay less child support. That means he has less money. And that's the point. And the fact of the matter, you're still trying to make it, this is how you think of him? Fine. That's why I'm going to let it keep playing.
But I've heard men say that they would do that.
He did it to pay less child support. That also means he has less money to live on too, right? Less quality of life, less free money.
Yes,
right?
but that's what he wanted. That's his choice. That was his choice.
How does that benefit him?
Who knows? He's got a woman somewhere, probably.
It doesn't benefit him. That's the point. And all he does is get further and further behind in child support to where they garnish you for the maximum amount. The state's coming after you, and the only person who can turn this shit off is you. Because the judge ain't going to do it. The family court system ain't going to do it because they make money off of it. And if he is being if he's telling you the reason I'm here because I'm under finance, when men can't provide, men start to feel worthless. And men don't want to feel worthless in front of their boys. So a lot of times they feel like they're doing their sons a favor by not being around because they don't want to show a poor representation of the man.
Okay. So we got to heal that too, right?
If you can't do anything to help fix that for
maybe
your sons,
he needs to help fix that for himself.
But you got to get out of your way first. But the world ain't going to tell you this. The world's going to tell you, no, girl, you right, such and so forth, and you're going to get the sister chorus and the high five and all the women, but at the end of the day,
I'm sure she's watching this.
For her daddy no more.
You know, I'm sure that she's watching she watched his video and sent it to her husband.
What's the cost of all that?
She should. If she hasn't, she should.
How much is that going to cost? How much therapy is that going to cost?
But, Kevin, you don't even know.
Something to think about. There are no easy solutions in human interactions.
Wow, he don't know. He just don't know.
But you can turn this off. And if it works out in the negative, you can always turn it back on, can't you?
No, you can't always. No.
Go find out.
You cannot. You cannot. No. Try it.
Have a good one.
But you cannot.
I'm telling you, folks, the family court system is one that is not in favor of men.
Right, they're not. They're in favor of children. They're in favor of children. They're not in favor of men.
Come on.
Listen. Family court is not in favor of women. It's not in favor of men. It's in favor of children. Right? The Aid to Dependent Women and Children Act was for children. These things are beneficial for children because when a child becomes a certain age, they come off of the case. So it's not just beneficial for women. Alimony is a whole different, thing there. I get that, But why would you quit your job? Just some people are like that. And maybe he doesn't have to work because he's in another relationship and that person, male or female, makes better money. And so they're like, go ahead. He don't know what the background is. He's making assumptions. And so am I. Right? But I don't know. He's sad. Maybe he had a brother. Maybe he did have a brother. And they missed their father. And his father, and maybe he's blaming his mother for not lowering the child support. I don't know. Or changing the custody arrangements, something. And maybe it triggered him and caused him to have a heart attack. The next morning. Wow. Anyway, I think I don't even want to engage this anymore. Okay. And I'll see what I can do about putting all of these pieces together, but I don't want to watch any more of this right now. I think this might be enough. So anyway, talk to everybody real soon. Love you guys. And rest in peace to Mr. Samuels. And YouTube, I hope that you release whatever hold you have on my damn channel now. And rest in peace and condolences to his family, his mother especially, and his daughter. And daughters, I don't know, his children, and anyone who loved him. And also my condolences to the young lady that tried to help him at the end. He didn't die with family, but at least he didn't die alone. And neither will any of us. Because a nurse, she'll be there. So anyway, I'll talk to you. Love you. Peace.